Hello students, today we are going to start the activity related to subject biology, and its aim is observing the given pictures, charts, models of earthworm, cockroach, bony fish and bird. One specific feature of its phylum, one adaptive feature with reference to its habitat. For each organism, drawing their picture and recording. For this experiment, we require following specimens. First is the bony fish, cockroach, earthworm and pigeon. Let's start the activity. First specimen that we are going to observe, that is the fish. As you all know, fish is an aquatic organism with a streamlined body. You can see it is having a streamlined body. Then it have the scales present on its body. Then it have the fin. This is the pelvic fin, and here there is a tail fin. You can also see the eyes as well as mouth of the fish. Now I will explain you this with the labeled diagram. This is the labeled diagram of bony fish. As you can see, fish have the streamlined body with the scales present over it. Scales are present. These scales protect them from water related decay. Then they have the fins, dorsal fin, pelvic fin, pectoral fin and tail fin. These fins help them to swim as well as changing the direction in the water. They have the eyes, but there is no eyelid. They have mouth on the interior end. Their streamlined body help them to swim through the water. They come under the phylum Chordata, and the presence of air bladder helps the fishes in maintaining the buoyancy in water. Next organism we are going to discuss is the cockroach. Cockroach is the terrestrial insect as well as it is the nocturnal organism. It have the wings which help it to fly as well as it have the legs. It have the head with the tentacles present over it. It have the compound eyes. We have simple, but it have the compound eyes. You can see the nymphal stages of the cockroaches, which tell us that cockroach grows with an indirect development. For the detailed study, I will explain you it by a labeled diagram. This is the labeled diagram of cockroach. As I told you that cockroaches are the terrestrial insect with dark brown color of their body. Their body is flattened and made up of hard exoskeleton. They have 3 pairs of legs and their body is divided into 3 parts. The upper part is the head, then come the thorax region, and last one is the abdominal region. And it have the wings also. It have 3 pair of legs and 2 pair of wings, 4 wings and the hind wings which help them to fly. And they have the antennas, 2 antennas and the compound eye. They come under the phylum Arthropodas. These are omnivorous and nocturnal organisms, so they have the versatile mouth part which help them in the omnivorous habits. This is the organism earthworm. As you can see, its body is thin, cylindrical and segmented. It have small segments. Its body is divided into segments. You can see it is dark brown body and which is divided into 100 to 120 segments. For the detailed study of earthworm, I am going to use the labeled diagram. This is the earthworm with a label diagram. Same way you can see the long structure, cylindrical structure. The upper part is known as prostomium. This prostomium is present at the anterior end of the body and its function is sensory. It senses the environment. Next you can see the segmented body. Every segment have its own function. Different organs are present under these segments. As you know, they normally burrows in the soil and live only in the moist soil, as they feed on the soil rich in organic matter. Their body is very much flexible and they shows exchange of gas through the moist skin. The special characteristic feature of the earthworm is the circular and longitudinal muscles which help it in locomotion. It come under the phylum Annelida. And its adaptive feature is that as humus of the soil is the chief food of earthworm, its prostomium, that is the anterior part, upper part, that helps to eat the humus and to penetrate through the soil. You can see the anterior portion, prostomium, and mouth is near to it, and the last point is the anus. Now last organism that we have to do is the bird pigeon. As you can see, this is the picture of a pigeon. You can see that they have the streamlined body. The streamlined body is adapted for flying. They have the feathers on their body which help them to fly. You can see these type of birds around yourself also. But for explaining it, I will tell you with the help of a label diagram. This is the label diagram. As you can clearly see that they have the legs. Now these are the hind limbs and the four limbs are modified into the wings which help them to fly. The hind limbs form the legs which help them to walk, whereas the four limbs are modified to the wings which help them to fly. They have the feathers. They have a horny beak without the teeth. They doesn't have any teeth. They have special type of muscles which help them to fly. And one important thing, the adaptive feature is that their body weight is very less, and that is due to the hollow bones. They have hollow bones, that's why they have less weight which help them to fly. And their streamlined body also help them to cut through the air current. Their neck is highly mobile and flexible. This is the abdominal region, then thorax, throat and the beak. They have the eye, and these organisms have the basic characteristic feature of flying. They have the ability to fly as their four limbs are modified into the wings. These are all about all the four organisms. I hope you have understood all the four organisms, its phylum and its adaptive features which I have explained to you. Thank you and have a nice day.